Hi, I'm Jono, and in this tutorial we're going to go through how to create flight plans for future flights on the desktop. This will entail searching for different locations as well as how to upload shapefiles in order to create these flight plans. So for this example, say I want to go and map the Dolores Park in San Francisco or one of the neighborhoods nearby. The first thing I would do is at home, this is on my desktop computer, I would click on the plan button on my dashboard. So this is going to zoom into my current location. This is DroneDeploy headquarters in San Francisco. And if I wanted to map something very close by, like say South Park, that's pretty straightforward. I'd move the map and I'd be able to map it. But obviously, when we're at home, we're unlikely to map right at home. We want to go and map somewhere that's a little bit further away, maybe a field or a construction site or something that's a couple of hours drive even. So we don't want to zoom out and scroll around in order to find that. We want to use some more advanced techniques to create this flight plan. So first off, I wanted to show you the search function. So if I wanted to go and make a map of, say, Dolores Park in San Francisco, a lovely park just down the street, I could just type that in. And there we have it. So there's Dolores Park in San Francisco. And suddenly, with that search function, we can go down to where Dolores Park is, just over here. And that will take us very close to where we need to be, just using that search function. The other tool that we have is we allow our users to upload shapefiles in order to create flight plans. So I can click on the shapefile button, click select a file, and then go to a shapefile that I created earlier. Double click that, and we will read in that shapefile, and suddenly you can see a somewhat intricate map that I created in the past. And so now this flight plan has been imported into DroneDeploy. To go through some of the more advanced features we have here as well, you can see that this is going to be a 21-minute flight. So it's possible, depending on the drone that you have, that you're going to need to change your battery during this flight. You can see the number of acres that we're going to be mapping, and you can see the resolution of this map that we're going to be making. So what I might want to do is, say, get my flight lines to be going in parallel with the street. So I will take this flight direction button, and as I drag it, you can see that that's updating. So I'll update that, and I'll get it to be somewhat parallel. The next thing is changing the altitude. So 23 minutes, if I'm flying a Phantom 3, that's going to be a bit of a stretch. But if I increase the altitude that I'm flying at, you'll see suddenly I don't need nearly as long a flight time. So if I bump that up to, say 400 feet, then I'll be able to make my map of 100 acres well within the battery range of some of the other vehicles. And in the advanced settings, we can change things like the side lap and the front lap, and even the waypoint at which we're going to be starting our mission on. So over here, you can see we have start selected over here in this bottom left-hand corner. As I move this, it will actually change where I'm starting my mission. And you'll see the rest of the mission over here is now dotted lines. And so something like this could be helpful if, say, you did create a map earlier, or you created a bunch of pictures using manual flight and you wanted to use that same shapefile but only capture one half of the field. There are a couple of different reasons you might want to do that. And finally, at the bottom, we have the camera settings toggle. So DroneDeploy by default does a couple of intelligent things in order to get automatic camera settings. So we sense as the drone is busy taking off what the white balance should be, and we set and fix that. We also sense what the ISO should be, we sense what the shutter speed should be, and we then lock those settings in so we have consistent camera capture throughout the entire flight. However, if you're using something like a modified NDVI camera, then the algorithms that we've developed in order to generate good settings for RGB probably won't work. And so a really good technique there is to go outside and take your drone off using the DJI Go app, point the camera down, and toggle with the settings on the Go app in order to get those settings correct. And then when you go into the DroneDeploy app and you're about to fly, you can just check this toggle off, and it will maintain and keep those manual settings that you'd set up in the past. Now, obviously, I'm on my desktop, and I'm not connected to a drone, so the only option I have at the bottom here is the save button. So I click on that save button, and it will tell me that my plan has been saved and that I need to connect a drone to go out and fly it. Well, that's all for now. Stick around and we'll tell you a little bit more around some of the more advanced features that DroneDeploy has. So that's it for this tutorial. Visit support.dronedeploy.com for more details